Kakamamad, Banyahawada, Banyasharala. Kakamamad, Banyahawada, Banyasharala. La Yasharala.
Upon your Hakadam, which means sorrow, face east.
East, start with the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shabkat.
Shabkat.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwatka.
Malakwatka.
Taba'at.
Taba'at.
Watazayaka.
Watazayaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ba'aratazah.
Ba'aratazah.
Kawak.
Kawak.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashemayim.
Bashemayim.
Lathalanaw.
Lathalanaw.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Kal.
Kal.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalaknaw.
Wasalaknaw.
Kawawafnaw.
Kawawafnaw.
Kasalaknaw.
Kasalaknaw.
Kawawafyanaw.
Kawawafyanaw.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Bawayanaw.
Bawayanaw.
Wanasaya 1.
Banasaya 1.
Abal.
Abal.
Hawashayanaw.
Hawashayanaw.
Wayan.
Wayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwa.
Hamalakwa.
Wahala.
Wahala.
Wahatapara.
Kanatabara.
Wa'aya walamyam.
Wa'alalamya.
Amen.
In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
I have the power. Yahweh Shemi Hawashai.
Babakashah.
Lathalanaw. Hakak. Laram Hara. Kal Makalah. Wakal Manawa. Hakak. Latahar. Amatazarium. Hakak. Hakwim. Hamathium. Hakak. Al-Rakawa. Hamata'ala. Lagarsha. Mahashimi Hawashai. The water among.
All right. Power in the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
I'm going to bless Israel. Yahweh Shemi Hawashai. Baraklanawa. Waya Sharala. Wahaya Bayah. Saparium. Barak. Rapa'ah. Magan. Bahashim Yahushua.
Bahashim Yahushua.
The water man.
The water man.
What we just said was, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Bless us and Israel.
Bless us and Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless.
Bless.
Heal.
Heal.
Shield.
Shield.
Protect.
Protect.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
All right, we're going to Psalms 121. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Haharyam.
Al-Haharyam.
Mahayan.
Mahayan.
Yava'ah.
Yava'ah.
Isaiah.
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 Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Asha.
Asha.
Shemayam.
Shemayam.
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah.
Al-Yathan.
Al-Yathan.
Ramawat.
Ramawat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al-Yawam. Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Ana.
Ana.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Shalamar.
Yasharala.
Yasharala.
Yahala.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yam-Yaka.
Yam-Yaka.
Yamawam.
Yamawam.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Kaka.
Kaka.
Yakaka.
Yakaka.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Wayalah.
Wayalah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Kalrai.
Kalrai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Asnapashka.
Asnapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza'aska.
Tazalaka.
Wahuaska.
Wahuaka.
Ma'ais.
Ma'ais.
Wa'ai awalam.
Wa'ai awalam.
In English. I will lift up mine eyes.
I will lift up my eyes
unto the hills.
Unto the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee.
He that keepeth thee.
Will not slumber.
Will not slumber.
Behold.
Behold.
He that keepeth Israel.
He that keepeth Israel.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Nor the moon by night.
Nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee.
Yahweh shall preserve thee.
From all evil.
From all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in.
And thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forth.
And even forevermore.
And even forevermore.
We go to Psalms 83. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al-Damayah Laka.
Al-Damayah Laka.
Al-Takarash.
Al-Takarash.
Wa'al.
Wa'al.
Tashakwat.
Tashakwat.
Al.
Al.
Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Awad Yat. Awad Yatka.
Awad Yatka.
Yamawa.
Yamawa.
Yahamas.
Yahamas.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Amika.
Al-Amika.
Ya'ara Yamawa.
Ya'ara Yamawa.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Wayata.
Wayata.
Yatazawa.
Yatazawa.
Al-Tazapon one Yaka.
Al-Tazapon one Yaka.
Amawa. Awarma. Amarwa. Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakidum.
Wanakakidum.
Regalia.
Regalia.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Shem Yasharala.
Shem Yasharala.
Iwada.
Iwada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Na Ataizawa. Na Ta'aizu. Na Wa Tazawa. Na Aitazawa.
Na Aitazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Al Yaka.
Al Yaka.
Bayat.
Bayat.
Yakarafwa.
Yakarafwa.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wayashemai.
Wayashemai.
Alayam.
Alayam.
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba.
Wahagarium.
Wahagarium.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa'aimawan.
Wa'aimawan.
Wa'aimalat.
Wa'aimalat.
Falashas.
Falashas.
Amyashabia.
Amyashabia.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gamasha war.
Gamasha war.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Ma'ain.
Ma'ain.
Ayawa.
Ayawa.
Zora'ai.
Zora'ai.
Labonya Lawat.
Labonya Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Ashalaham.
Ashalaham.
Kamadian.
Kamadian.
Kasaya Sara'ah.
Kasaya Sara'ah.
Kayabian.
Kayabian.
Morakal.
Morakal.
Kwayash.
Kwayash.
Daman.
Daman.
La'adama.
La'adama.
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Nadaya Mawa.
Nadaya Mawa.
Kayara.
Kayawara.
Waka Zaaba.
Waka Zaaba.
Waka Zabah.
Waka Zabah.
Waka Tazal.
Waka Tazal.
Mana I.
Mana I.
Kalnasa come wa.
Kalnasa come wa.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Naya Rasha.
Naya Rasha.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
As.
As.
Na'awat.
Nawa.
Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Kagalgula.
Kagalgula.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Lapanya.
Lapanya.
Waraka.
Waraka.
Kaash.
Kaash.
Tawa Ira.
Tawa Ira.
Wakala Haba.
Wakala Haba.
Dalahat. Hayaram.
Hayaram.
Hariyam.
Hariyam.
Kun. Theradapma.
Theradapma.
Wasa Irika.
Wasa Irika.
Wabasa Wampaska.
Wabasa Wampaska.
Tabahalam.
Tabahalam.
Mala'a.
Mala'a.
Kwanyaham.
Kwanyaham.
Kwalawam.
Kwalawam.
Wayawabashwa.
Wayawabashwa.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa.
Wayabahawa.
Wayabahawa.
Ayai. Wayakapawa.
Wayakapawa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayabadwa.
Wayadaiwa.
Wayadaiwa.
Kaya'ata.
Kaya'ata.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Labaka.
Labaka.
Alayawam.
Alayawam.
Alkaha Arataza.
Alkaha Arataza.
In the English, keep not thou silence.
Keep not thy silence.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
thine
enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate thee.
Have lifted up their head.
Have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel.
Against thy people.
Against thy people.
And consulted against.
They consulted against
thy hidden ones.
Thy hidden ones.
They have said.
They have said.
Come.
And
let us cut them off.
And let us cut them off.
From being a nation.
From being a nation.
That the name of Israel.
That the name of Israel.
May be no more.
May be no more.
In remembrance.
In remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
They have consulted together.
With one consent.
With one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
And the Hagarenes.
And the Hagarenes.
The Baal.
The Baal.
And Ammon.
And Ammon.
And Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines.
The Philistines.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher has also joined with them.
Asher has also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Selah.
Salah.
Do unto them.
Do unto them.
As unto the Midianites.
As unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kison.
At the brook of Kison.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb.
Make their nobles like Oreb.
And like Zeb.
And like Zeb.
Yea, all their princes as Sabbath.
All their princes as Sabbath.
And as Amunah.
And as Amunah.
Who said, let us take to ourselves.
Let us take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh.
The houses of Yahweh.
In possession.
In possession.
Oh my power.
Oh my power.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
As the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them.
So persecute them.
With thy tempest.
With thy tempest.
And make them afraid.
And make them afraid.
With thy storm.
With thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
And troubled forever.
And troubled forever.
Yea.
Let
them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And perish.
And perish.
That men may know.
That men may know.
That thou. Whose name alone. Is Yahweh.
Is Yahweh.
Art the most high.
Are the most high.
Over all the earth.
Over all the earth.
I'm shouting. See it. Let's get it in. Does anybody know where we left off last week? What's the exact verse? Let's see. Oh, we have 24th chapter of Genesis.
24th chapter?
I believe so. Or we in the end of 23rd chapter probably. Nobody had it written down?
22, I'm not sure.
Nah, yeah, that was before, because we were in the 23rd chapter when we were getting the burial. This is 22 and 8. That's where we started also, I believe. Yeah, that's when he was talking about Isaac. We down to Sarah, remember the burial? So I think we can start at 20. Nah, it was about a month. I think we pretty much. What's your memory on the month? I think we started 24.
24?
I think chapter 24. Pretty sure. I know we talked about the Salakia. I know we talked about the Shabbat after spending it down.
Ownership, you know.
So Equan's land. I know we started right there, so let's just go. We started 24. If not, 24, verse 1. Yeah, got it.
To Genesis chapter 24, verse 1 in the Hebrew. Wa Abraham, Shalakia. Wa Abraham. Abraham. The Quan. Ba'a. Baya. Wam. Yum. Wahawa. Wahawa. Barak. Abraham. Bakal. Wa'ayamar. Abraham. Al. Abadwa. Zaquan. Yatwa. Amashal. Bakal. Ashar. Lawa. Shayam. Na. Waka. Wakat. Wakat. Yarak. Yeah. Verse 3. Wa'asha. Yak. Baya Hawa. Alahaya. Hashemayam. Wa'alaya. Ha'aratazar. Asherah. La'a. The clock. Aisha. Labanya. Mabanwa. Hakapayanya. Aisharah. Ainakya. Slakia. Yeah. Wayashab. Bakwa. Rabia. Haya, Ar, Aratazaya, Wayal, Mawalad, Taya, like Mayala, Dathya, Kalak, Kalak, Walaquath, Aisha, Labanya, Mayatazak, Kwakwat, Waya Amar, Al Yawa, Abad, Awalya, La'a, Ta'aba, Ta'asha, Lalaquat, Ikarya, Al, Ha'arataza, Haza'ath, Ha'awab, Ashayab, Ah, Banka, Al, Hayarataza, Asherah, Yataza'ath, Masham, verse 6. Waya Amar, Al Yawa, Abram, Yashamar, Laka, Han, Tashayad, Shakya, Tashayad, Ath, Banya, Shammai, verse 7. Yahweh, Alahaya, Hashemai, Shakya, Hashemai, Yum, Asha'ar, Lakwa Kamya, Mabaya, Abaya, Wama'amartaza, Maya Ladahya, Wa'ashamar, Shakya, Ma'ashara, Ibar, Laya, Wa'asha'ar, Shakya, Wa'ashara, Nashabad, Laya, La'amar, Lazarayak, Athan, Ah, Ha'arataza, Haza'ath, Hawa'ath, Dalak, Mala Akawa, Lapanya, Salakya, Lapanya, Wala Quat, Aisha, Labanya, Mashan.
All right, Genesis 24, verse 1. And Abraham was old and well stricken in age, and the Lord had blessed Abraham in all things. Verse 2. And Abraham said unto his eldest servant of the house that ruled over all that he had, Put, I pray thee, thy hand under thy thigh. And verse 3. And I will make thee swear by the Most High, the power of heaven, and the power of the earth, that thou shalt not take a wife unto my son of daughters of the Canaanites among whom I dwell. Verse 4, but thou shalt go unto my country and to my kindreds, and take a wife unto my son Isaac.
Right. All right, hold on. So we're here. This is after Sarah had died, and they had put a kind of burial place for her. Now we're going into Abraham. He's getting older. He's getting ready to, pass on. And so he's telling his servant, make sure that you get my son a wife from my people. Go to my homeland where I came from. Does anybody know where Abraham came from? All right, Abraham. Okay. It says he came from the Ur of the Chaldees. It's where you would say Babylon is at. He was in the area of Babylon. That's where his family was at. He came down south into the land of Canaan. All right. So he wants, read that verse again.
But thou shalt go unto my country and to my kindreds, and take a wife unto my son Isaac.
Right. So this is showing you the same traditions have been passed down since Adam. We know that in the time of Adam, it says that Eve was flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone.
Right.
What the Christians teach is that Eve was taken out of his literal rib.
Right.
But we know coming into the truth that that's talking about that she was his family.
Right.
Adam was dealing with a woman that was part of his same clan, his same people. And that's what the Lord wants. And this is what Abraham wanted. So he's making his servant make an oath that he's going to make sure his son deals with someone from his own nation. And we go to Deuteronomy 7:3 real quick. Most High Christ, yeah. That's one body, man, one West.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 3. Neither shalt thou take marriages with them. Thy daughter shall not go into his son, nor his daughter shall thou take unto thy son.
Right. Keep going.
For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods.
Right. So this is a tradition that's been passed down. Moses talked about it. This is what we need to know as Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians in America. What do they teach you here in this hell place? That you can deal with whoever you want.
Right.
That's the new thing. And everyone always wants to say, who you deal with is none of my business. They want you to be an individual. Right. That's what America is about. Me, myself. Don't worry about this brother over here, this sister over here. This person can be a homosexual. They can be a transgender. Right. His son can grow up as a girl. Dwayne Wade. Doesn't matter. But that does matter. That does affect everyone. Because when that boy gets HIV/AIDS and gives it to someone else, they give it to someone else, and now our whole community is infected.
Right.
Go ahead.
And that's a heavy point you made, sir. That, everybody's concentrating on being an individual instead of a nation. That's how all these rappers, all these basketball players, all these actors, they have the money and enough money to make a difference.
Right.
But they don't care about their people. They don't care about their nation. They only care about their individual self. And I just want to bring that out. Because that's a heavy point you made right there.
John Christ, yeah. Like you said, especially when they get with a devil as well. Right. That really kills their warrior spirit, man. It kills the soldier in them because they feel like, why am I going to fight for my people? I'm making her look bad. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. The sisters that get with the devils, they don't want to talk about our problems because they feel like the person they with, they don't want to fight for their people anymore, man. And so that's what the Lord knows. You don't want to raise your kids up in confusion. Now, if you had kids before you came in the truth with a heathen, if you're a brother at least, then you know what I'm saying, then, you still, everybody has to stay with them if they're a heathen. You don't leave your husband. What we're saying is coming into the truth, you want to have kids that have the same culture from the same bloodline.
that are Israelites. You know what I'm saying? Once you know this truth, you don't want to ever go and get another nation. That's unlawful. That is an abomination. You know what I'm saying? It's no different than being a homosexual. All right?
Right.
And so, all right, like I said, they'll take you away from your God. But let's keep going.
All right, so I got precept.
All right, go ahead.
Exodus 34:16, that thou take their daughters unto thy sons, and their daughters go a whoring after their gods, and make thy sons go a whorings after their gods.
Right. What's some examples of that today? You know, you think about gods is not always just saying this religion. That's one thing. You may deal with this heathen woman and you become Christian or Buddhist or Muslim, whatever, but also just the culture and the things that they want. There's other idols, you know what I mean? Cars and clothes. Now you want to dress like you're wearing all these preppy clothes and stuff. You know, you going a horn after these other guys. Your whole demeanor, you know, you talking different with your woman because she's a heathen. You know what I mean? So that's a heavy precept. Let's keep it rolling.
God. Verse 5, and the servant said unto him, Preadventure, the woman will be to follow me unto this land. Must I needs bring thy son again unto the land from whence thou camest?
Right. So what is he saying right here? What if she doesn't want to go back with us to the land of Canaan? Do I bring your son and go back to Babylon and stay over there in Ur of the Chaldees? Keep going.
Verse 6, and Abraham said unto him, Beware thou that thou bring not my son thither again.
Right. Don't bring him back over there. Don't do that. Keep going.
Verse 7, and the Lord of the heaven, which took me from my father's house and from the land of my kindred, and which spake unto me, and swear unto me, saying, Unto thy seed will I give this land. He shall send his angel before thee, and that thou shalt take a wife unto my son from thence.
Right. So the Lord saying, Abraham is saying the Lord will make a way. He's going to go and send an angel ahead that's going to make sure this woman comes to this land, because this is where we're supposed to be at. This land of Canaan was promised to me and to my children, and that's where we're going to stay. So don't take him to go back, live over there. All right, so let's get into the next segment.
Book of Genesis, chapter 24, verse 8. Wa'an, la'ah, ta'abah, ha'ashah, lalakah. Aikar, Yaka, Wanakwa, Yah, Mashabai, Athia, Zaaf, Ka, Rock, Af, Banya, La'ad, Tashab, Shammai, Wa'asham, Ha'ibad, Af, Yagwar, the Kaf, Wabak, Yabak, Aviram, Adanyawa, Wayashabai, Lawa, Al, Hadabar, Hazaha, Wayakwa, Hayadad, Hayabad, Aishara, Gamal, Gamalyam, Wagamalya, Adanyawa, Wayala, Wakal, Tawab, Yawa, Yadwa, Wayaquam, Wayala, Al, Aram, Iharyam, Al, Ayar, Nakawar, verse 11, Waya Barak, Agamalyam, Makawatazah, La'ayar, Al, Ba'ar, Amayam, La'ath, Irar, La'ath, Haza'ath, Asha Abar, Asha Abath, Waya Aram, Yahawa, Alahaya, Adanya, Abaram, Akorah, Na, Lapanya, Ayat Wam, Hiwasha, Kasad, Ain, Adanya, Abaram, verse 13. Anak, Anakia, Natazab, Al, Ayan, Hamayat, Hamayam, Wabanyath, Anash, Ayar, Yataza'ath, Lashakar, Mayam, Waya, Wahat, Wahawa, Yahweh, Anair, Hanaar, Asherah, Ishar, Al-Yahah, Hathya, Na'ah, Na, Kadat, Wa'ashata, Wa'amar, Wa'amarya, Mara, Shata, Wagun, Wagun, Lamalyak, Yakat, Asha Kwa, Ata, Akakwat, Kwat, La'arad, La'arad, Ka, La'yatazah, Kakak, Waba, Adai, Kaya, Ashyata, Kasad, Ain, Adanya.
All right, Genesis 24, verse 8. And if the woman will not be willing to follow me thee, then thou shalt be clear from this my oath. Only bring not my son thither again. Verse 9, and the servant put his hand under the thigh of Abraham, his master, and swore to him concerning that matter.
Right. So what is this going on right here? Abraham is old, he's weak, he don't have wheelchairs at this time. So when he's talking about putting his hand under his thigh, he's talking about picking him up and carrying him over, you know what I mean? And that's where he's saying, pick me up, you know what I mean? Take me over here. And he's talking to him and telling him, man, make sure you do this, all right? And keep going.
Verse 10, and the servant took 10 camels of the camels of his master and departed. For all the goods of his master were in his hand. And he arose and went to Mesopotamia unto the city of Nahor. Verse 11, and he made his camels to kneel down without the city by a well of water at that time of the evening, even the time that the woman go out to draw water.
Right, so this is the time, you know, you have to feed the animals the same way somebody taking care of their dogs. It's about the time you go put out the dinner for the dogs. Same thing with the camels, all right? Keep going.
Verse 12, and he said, O Lord God of my master Abraham, I pray thee, send me good sleep this day, and shew kindness unto my master Abraham. Verse 13, behold, I stand here by the well of water, and the daughters of the men of the city come out to draw water.
Right.
Verse 14, let it come to pass that the damsel whom I shall say, let down thy pitcher, I pray thee, that I may drink. And she shall say, drink, and I will give thy camels drink also. Let the same be the same that thou hast appointed for thy servant Isaac. And thereby shall I know that thou hast showed kindness unto my master.
Right. I was just watching on Facebook. There was a sister that made a post, and she was asking, what do people think? And she was saying, when she is around her man, if there's food made, she's going to make him a plate and bring it to him. If she goes over to a family gathering with his family or anybody, she's going to make a plate and bring it to him. And she said that doing that, she will want the man's family, his mother, his sister, his aunts and grandma to think, okay, this is a good woman. She's going to take care of my son, my brother, my cousin. And you know what I mean? And that is something that she wants to do. So this is the same thing that he's looking for. He's saying, when I pull up, I get my camel. The first sister that comes out and offers me water and to feed my camels, that's going to let me know that she has a righteous spirit, a humble spirit. She's ready to be a servant to her Adawan or her husband. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like a test that he just gave her right there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A test to see if she was a sweet, caring woman. You know what I'm saying? By doing that, like, hey, like, because he was already at the watering hole. Mm-hmm. He could have just got water herself. Mm-hmm. But it's just like he wanted to put the woman, he wanted to see if the woman was just caring and sweethearted enough, you know what I'm saying, to bring him home to the son. You know what I mean?
Right. That's a good point, man. And that also reminds me of a story about my family. Like, a lot of my family's from Texas and down south, and that's the culture down there. And so when I was born, my family had moved back to Texas for a little while. And my cousins from California, on my dad's side of the family, they're going down there and meeting my mom's side of the family, which is a big family, you know what I mean? And so they're having a barbecue, and she's with her husband, my mom's with my dad and my aunties and uncles or whatever, and they getting plates for their husbands, you know what I mean? And my cousin from California, she wasn't doing that. And they checked her. They like, you don't get up and go make a plate for your man, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is Texas. We don't get down like that. Like, you know, and so she went up and did it, but she wasn't even thinking like that, you know, she had this mentality. And so that's something that's very old school, man. That's Israelite culture that women come, and we carry this tradition on to this day. If you ever been to a UPK event, we have the sisters serve the brothers, you know, the sisters bring out the food and so forth and so on. All right, let's go to the next 15. Let's see, we get the next reader up. For what, right?
Hazabah Yahweh Ban Yashawah.
Hazabah Yahweh Ban Yashawah.
Okay. I just read it in Hebrew. English. All right. Pull it up on your phone. Huh? You got it? You can see it tomorrow. You got it printed out? Okay. All right, so log it. So where am I? Right here.
Waya, Haya. Hawa, Tarama. Kala, Ladaba, Ladabara. Did I get that right? Ladabara. Huh? Ladabara. Waha, Naha. Wahana, Naha. Ra, Rabba, Qua, Yataza, Ath, Ashara, La, Yara, Yelada, Labath, Waha, La, Labath, Yelada, Bath, Yaha, La, Bana, Mala, Ka, Ha, Hawa, Ra, Shar, Sharwa, Ka, Wa, Nakawar, Akaya, Ba, Aba, Ra, Ha, Ma, Abaharam, Waka, Daha, Aila, Sharka, Maha. Verse 16. Waha, na Aida. Wahata nada. Ta. Bath, to bath. Mara, Atha. Ma'ad, ba, bath, la, bath, la, wa, ya, Yashar. La Ya Da I Ya Wa Sa Wasa Ra Ha Aya Na Wa Sa Wasa La Kadaha Wa Wasa La right? What's a owl? 17. Waya Ra Taza Haya Ba Da La Wakwa Ra Za Ha Wata. Waya Mara Ha Ha Ga Haga Ha Ya Maya right. Na'a Ma'aita Maya Ma Ka Da Ta. Verse 18. Why Wathamar Shath Ha Da Ada Naya Adanaya Watha Ma Hara Wasa Rod Kadas Kada Ayla Ya Daha what? Yada wa, tha, shar, kwa, ya, hawa, wa, 19. Wasa, kala, la, ha, wa, Slovakia. La, ha, shar, la, ha, shar, qua, wa. Wasa, mara, ga, gum, la, ga, ma, la, ya, malaya, ka, ha, shar, haba, I'd, kalawa, shar, sa, shar, sa, la shaf, 20, verse 20. Yasa, ma, ha, ar. Yasa, ar, ire. Ka, das. Call. Hasha, quas. Watha, rataza. Iwad. Lab. Ba, car. Ba, ar. Is that right? How about R? How about R? Lasha, hab. Lasha, ab. Watha, shar. Watha, sha. Watha, sha, ab. Lakau. Gama, mao, Ya, Wa, verse 21. Wa, Ha, Yashar, Yash. Masha, Tha, Ah, Ah, Ha, La, Ma, Taza, Makat, Makar, Yarsha, Makar, Yash, La, Da, Ath, Ha, Hataza, La, Yataza. Whoa. Somebody get that for me. That was the whole thing. Hataza, Yalat, Yahweh, Rock, Wa, Ama, La,
Genesis 24, verse 15. And it came to pass, before he had done speaking that, behold, Rebekah came out, who was born of Bethuel, son of Maachah, the wife of Nahor, Abraham's brother, with her pitcher upon her shoulder. Verse 16. And the damsel was very fair to look upon, a virgin, neither had any man known her, and she went down to the well.
Well, read 16 again from the top.
And the damsel was very fair to look upon, a virgin, neither had any man known her.
Right. So this is something that's we're gonna bring a couple of precepts to really get into this right here. This very sentence right here. But before we get into that, man, let's give it up, man, for the Lord, man. Let's give it up for locking up for God, for Isupk coming back. Brothers is reading in the Hebrew, man. I don't know about y'all, but if you would have told me 5 years ago I would be reading Lashawan Kodash, I would say you out of your goddamn mind. You know
what are you talking about?
Right. So we give it up for brothers that's coming in and doing this and improving and getting better. And we're seeing it every time, man. So most honor Christ for that. But let's really get into it. And that's the importance of knowing your language and knowing this Hebrew so you can go in here and break down these lies that the Christian church teaches you. Right. And this is one of the biggest ones right here where it clearly shows you. It says, what does it say again, 16?
And a damsel was very fair to look upon.
Right.
A virgin.
Right.
Neither had any man known her.
So I thought a virgin means you didn't have sex. Why does it say a virgin and no man had known her? Why is it saying this? Anybody in the class?
Go ahead. Because she's a virgin because her father hadn't gave her away, and neither had any man known her because ain't no man laid down with her.
That's partially, but what does the word virgin mean? What is he saying here? Why does it say a virgin? Then it says not known a man. When we're taught that a virgin means you haven't known a man. That should be just one should only say she's a virgin. That's it. Why is it's repetitive? Go ahead.
I'll make sure. It's basically saying that she was a marital age. She was a virgin.
Right.
She was a maiden of marital age, according to the Hebrew language.
Right.
And then it also says neither has she known a man, which means she had not had sex with a man, so she had not been married. She's not married.
Right. So can someone be a virgin and have known a man?
I can't.
Right. All right. So this word really comes from the Hebrew word maiden. It means a maiden. And can you look it up on your phone, or you have it up here right now? Can you look it up on your phone? What is a maiden, Abuwan? We're going to go into the Strong's Concordance here, and this is how you break down the spells of the Christian church, because they tell us that Yahushua was born of a virgin, all right? And meaning that she was born, that he was born to a woman that didn't have sex with someone. But that is not the case, man, because we haven't seen one person born on earth that didn't come from having sex. Your daddy laid with your mom, and that's where you come from. You're not telling no little kids no story about no stork that dropped you off. That's what Christianity is trying to say. That the Lord, Yahweh, laid with Mary or sent some, who knows what they're trying to teach, man. All right. So we got the word virgin here. It comes, it's the word, it's in 1330. All right. That's the word that's used here. We go look it up. It tells you. You go to 13330. So we're going to really break this down because this is important. 1330. M-A-I-D-E-N, yep. All right. What you got on one? Good definition. Oh, sure.
A girl or a young woman.
Right. That's what a maiden is. A maiden is a girl or a young woman. So then we're going to Hebrew. It says right here, the word is Batha Wala. Batha Lawa. It means to separate. Also, a bride, a maiden. Batha Lawa means maiden. And it says here, virgin. This word can mean virgin, as is clear in Deuteronomy 22:17, where if a man has charged that I found not thy daughter a maid, the father is to say, and yet these are tokens of my daughter's virginity or betulim. Okay, or you can drop down. It says, in several passages, this word merely means a grown-up girl or a maiden. It identifies her age and marital status. All right, so that's telling you that it just means the age of a woman. Like he said, a woman of marriageable age. It's a girl that's a young woman. And then it goes on further here. It says, it is safe to say that all virgins are maidens, but not all maidens are virgins. So what does that mean? This is similar to saying something as like, all jets are planes, but not all planes are jets. You know what I'm saying? All jets are, a jet is a plane, but not every plane is a jet. You have firefighter planes, you got 747s, that's, you know what I mean? You got the crop duster planes, right. You got paper planes, you know what I mean? Like whatever, but I ain't gonna say that, but you know what I mean? It is safe to say that all virgins are maidens, but not all maidens are virgins in their context, you know what I mean? But our understanding is basically, all they're saying is that a woman can be a young woman, have laid with someone. It's just saying she's a young woman. So let's go to the precepts real quick, Baba Kashah, Matthew 1:23. Matthew 1:23, real quickly. This is something that has been put a spell on our people, especially the Hispanic community. The Virgin Mary. Oh, Maria, Maria. You know, she was holy among women. They have the Holy Mary that they say in the Catholic Church. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee, and blah, 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 blah. This is a prayer. They pray to the Virgin Mary because they feel like that's like God's wife, damn near, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where they didn't put her on the level of, is that God came down and slept with her. I even hear some nonsense is that people are starting to say that the Most High raped Mary because she didn't ask for consent. You know what I'm saying? That's what these feminist women are saying. The story is talking about rape because the Lord didn't even ask Mary, man. Mary was with Joseph. She lay with a man, all right? And that's where Yahushua came from. Go ahead.
Matthew 1:23. Behold, a virgin shall be with child, and shall bring forth a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel,
right.
Which means, which began interpreted is Yahweh with us.
Right, the Lord is with us. So when it says a virgin shall bring forth a child, your mind state is a woman that hasn't had sex will bring forth a child. Now replace it with maiden. Read it again and say maiden instead of virgin.
A maiden shall be with child.
A young woman shall be with child. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It completely changes the concept of what's being brought out here. And where are they getting this from? Does anybody know where this precept is coming from? This is coming from a prophet. I'll tell you this much, it's Isaiah. You know where we can find this at? I shouldn't have gave y'all that part, but it's you know what I mean? It's all right, you know what I mean? For time's sake, go ahead and get it. Okay. If I can get the chapter at least. It's all right, man. For time's sake, Isaiah 7:14, 7th chapter. So this is where this has come from. This is a prophecy from Isaiah talking about Yahushua. They had no concept. It wasn't even in his mind to think. The prophet was thinking, oh, in the future, a woman is going to have a baby without having sex. Does that even seem like something a prophet of the Lord would talk about? Or is he saying there's going to be in the future a young woman that's going to bring forth a child whose name is Emmanuel? Go ahead. Read.
Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14. Therefore, the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive.
A maiden shall conceive. A young woman shall conceive. What is conception? What is conceived?
Sex.
Is when the sperm meets the egg. Right. It's conception, is conceived. She will have a baby born in her, all right, put in her, keep going.
And bear a son.
And bear a son, all right. So this concept of the Holy Ghost and all of this nonsense, meaning that Yahushua was born without sex happening. They say, who else was born of the Holy Ghost? Come on. John the Baptist was born with the spirit of the Holy Ghost. So why don't they say that he was born without sex? Because they don't want to tell you the truth, all right? So that's something we want to dispel. And when you're seeing this word maiden, virgin, it really means maiden. You can go into the Hebrew. And that's something that a lot of people get confused with because they only see the English translation. And that's why this Lashawan Kodash is important for us to know. Another one is they tell you that the precept where it says that ye are gods, that's a stumbling block because they think God means Yahweh.
Right.
When you go into the Hebrew, it says ye are Elohim. Elohim means powers. Elohim is power. That's why the Arabic say Allah is power. That's God is power. Elohim. All right. So Yahweh is the Lord's name. It didn't say ye are Yahweh. If you read it in Hebrew, it doesn't say ye are Yahweh, you're the Most High. No, it's saying you are powers. All right. So that's another stumbling block that Lashawan helps. All right. So let's keep going back to Genesis. Salaki.
17. Genesis 24, verse 17. And the servant ran to meet her and said, let me, I pray thee, drink a little water of thy pitcher. Verse 18. And she said, drink, my lord. And she hasted and let down her pitcher upon her hand and gave him drink.
Right.
Verse 19.
She said, drink, my Lord. You know what I mean? So that just goes to prove, like, you know what I'm saying, how the women was, you know what I'm saying,
Humble,
to a man and stuff. You know, so how they call it Lord, all that. You know?
So, like, if I may, that's another one too, where you see the difference between Lord and the Lord. You know what I mean? It's Lord just means master. That's what we say, kind out of one kind. It's like saying sir or master, leader, and she's just being humble. Like you said, she has a good spirit. She's saying, drink, my master, my Lord. Right. And women get so offensive when it says that Sarah called Abraham Lord, but they don't have no problem saying, ooh, it's the first of the month. I gotta pay my landlord.
Right.
They don't have no problem about that.
You know?
It's the landlord. You call him Lord all day and all night. But talk about the man that's putting his rod in you, and it's offensive. That's the destruction of Christianity. But I could do a whole class on that. So like it. Let's keep it going, man. Good point, though. Yeah, go ahead.
You know, in this verse, you know what I'm saying, understanding this Bible too, you know, come a man of the Lord, and it says, and she said, drink, my Lord. All that's lowercase, you know what I'm saying? So if you don't know what the lowercase and uppercase mean, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't saying drink my, you know, Yahweh, you know what I'm saying? She was just saying drink my Lord, calling this man, you know what I'm saying, her Lord, you know what I'm saying? Not calling this man Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? So that's, you know what I'm saying, the difference between knowing this Bible and just reading these words and just thinking every word means the same. You know what I'm saying? So you have to get that understanding. You know, this is lowercase Lord. So she just calling him, you know, my husband, my leader. You know what I'm saying? Basically, you know, not
her husband, but
the
servant, but right. Just a leader, yeah, like you said, like sir.
Right, exactly. My sir, you know what I'm saying? Something of that nature, and not, you know what I'm saying? She called this man Yahweh. So I want to bring that out because, you know, that's like I said, this is important. Just if you're just reading the Bible and you just see Lord, you know, you in your mind just go to she think he's God, you know, or Yahweh, you know what I'm saying? So all this stuff, you know, that's what I said. You come to the Isupk, you know what I'm saying? Then, you know what I'm saying, teach you how to break down this Bible, break down these words. Because just like you were saying about the word virgin, you know what I'm saying, is a marriageable woman, you know what I'm saying? You know, right off the top, virgin means you haven't had sex, you know what I'm saying? We think, you know, in this world because that's what we've been taught, you know, from the damn white man, you know, but the real actuality of the word, you know what I'm saying, once you go into the Hebrew, this is what you said, you know, it's a woman at a marriageable age.
Right. And so, Lucky, okay, I am going to go back into this, man, because I was going over this before this class this morning and really thinking about what is the significance, why is it so important for Christians to believe Yahweh Shai came from a virgin? What does it do?
Without these results.
This federal government.
Listening to you.
You know what I'm saying? But Salakia, what are your thoughts on that?
It makes you believe in fairy tale.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It makes you believe in, you know what I'm saying, stuff that's just not true.
Yeah.
That Disneyland stuff.
Good night. That makes me good up for the That's my exact answer today. You know what I mean? That's what I was thinking about. Keep going though.
Yeah, man. They need you to believe this stuff. They need you to believe this stuff. Because it all ties into the big lie. Right. Just like when they say, just like they need you to believe that Egyptians was like. You know what I'm saying? Because that ties into the lie.
Right.
Because we went down there and blended in with Egyptians.
Africans.
Yeah, we're Africans. You know what I'm saying? Because we was all dark-skinned people. It blends into the lie. It blends into all kind of lies. That all dark-skinned people is the same. You know what I mean?
We're all Africans now. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So let's see. Who can read my line? You on the first step. Let's walk it down to the second step. So if Christ was born of a virgin, which is a fairy tale style of story, what's the next step that's going to happen when you learn about fairy tales? Think about growing up. when you hear a fairy tale story, read my mind. What happens next as you grow up? Hey, he's stuck. Come on, try it. What's the gradual progression when you hear a fairy tale story?
You begin to believe, our oppressor is God. You know what I'm saying? So to speak. You know what I'm saying? You believe since so-called Yahushua, is a Edomite. You know what I'm saying? You got his poster everywhere, so you begin to think.
That's not where I'm going with it. Talks about have you take a shot at it one more time as far as walking on the way home, man. I'm gonna give y'all one hint. Santa Claus, all right, is a fairy tale story.
Right.
Now, what happens as you grow up? That's the key word. Growing up. What happens?
Well, when I think of this, I think of your imagination going wild. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Going wild. You know what I mean? That just distorts.
I'm saying from Santa Claus. What do you think about Santa Claus as a kid? And then the next key word is growing up. Let's see if brothers can, you know what I mean? And we ain't gonna hold on to too long. But
it kind of makes you want to, growing up, you know what I'm saying? Like back when I was in the world and celebrating that stuff, it makes you want to hold on to the lie. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to get your kids some a lot of your hard-earned money and tell them Santa Claus got it.
All right,
you know what I mean?
I'm gonna stop y'all. That's not what I'm saying. Let me see. Kakan might get what I'm saying now. Follow what. See, let's see. Try one more time.
If I make sure.
What I'm saying. Go ahead.
The thing about fairy tale, at the end of the story, is always and they live happily ever after. And so when you think about, this so-called virgin birth, this magical thing happening, you start believing in fairy tales, and then we start believing that happily ever after means being in heaven, and we think of heaven as being up in the clouds with, white babies with diapers and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, to give us a false understanding of what heaven is.
Right.
Whereas we know that heaven is here on earth and it's coming, most high of Christ. But anyway.
Okay. Everything y'all said was valid and points. It's good points. Everything talks about saying about getting them for your kids, but that's not the point I'm making. And everything you said was real too. But here, let me just go ahead and let you did get one more shot. Okay.
I guess you think Santa Claus is being like your dad,
Nah, okay. Growing up is the word I'm saying. You grow up and you learn as a child. They tell you 3 years old, Santa is real. Jesus was born of a virgin.
Right.
You grow up and you learn Santa Claus is fake. It's not real.
Right.
I don't believe in Santa Claus. It was my father. It was this. It was that. So what does that do to black people? This Bible is a fairy tale when you grow up and you learn about being black and you learn about Marcus Garvey and you learn about this and that and you say we come from voodoo and this and that. This Bible is fake. It's not real. I grew up. I got educated. I learned more. I'm not going to believe in no goddamn Bible because that is a fairy tale. It's not real. You see what I'm saying? I grew up. I learned more and Googled some stuff or watched YouTube and then throw this Bible out the door because it's for children. You looking at it like Santa Claus. You looking at it like the Easter Bunny, something that you grow out of. Grandmama was stupid. She believed that a baby came with no sex. Why the hell would I believe that when I've learned more in life? That's what they want to do. They want you to go away from the Bible. They want you to get away from this because this is what you need. You see what I'm saying? You keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Right. The Bible is what black people need. The white man or the oppressor wants to keep us away from this. So he tells it to you in a way that if anybody's going to grow up and say, man, what the hell is this? I got my own brain. I can think, you know what I'm saying? So why would I follow this? You know what I mean? But when you learn he's a real man, a black man that came from Joseph, that was just like you and me, that bleed, you know what I'm saying? So Lockie had to take a number 2, had to, you know what I'm saying? The saying got hot, sweated, you know what I mean? Was a real live brother, then it changes this story. Now you can see yourself in it. Now you don't see it as a fairy tale, and you can use this book to help your life. But anybody have anything else on that? But that's the point where I was going with it. You know what I'm saying?
I just said most high Christ.
You know what I mean? Water. Most high Christ, man. You know what I mean? Rakatha Yahweh Yahushua for the ISUPK to be above me. All right? Let's keep going. Yeah. 19, 18 years.
18. And she said, drink, my Lord. And she hasted and let down the pitcher upon her hand and gave him a drink. Verse 19. And when she had done giving him drink, she said, I will draw water for thy camels also until they have done drinking. Verse 20. And she hasted and emptied her pitcher into the trough, and ran again unto the well, and drew water, and drew for all his camels.
All right. So what is Isaiah talking about? Not only did she give him a drink, she watered his camels too. You know what I'm saying? And made haste about it.
Cool.
So she wasn't just, you know what I'm saying, a sweet, compassionate woman. She was about her business, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that right there had to let him know she would take care of her man. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't just be lazy and let the house get all out of order. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She gonna, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's another, you know what I'm saying, example that she showed that this would be a solid woman right here.
Right.
Very humble.
Right. She's very humble, and she'll put in the work to keep your household in order.
Right. I like that word, haste. Yeah, that's heavy right there. If you pull that out, man. Most high Christ. All right, we got 21.
21. And the man wondering at her held his peace, to wit, whether the Lord had made his journey prosperous or not.
So if he's looking at her, he's wondering, okay, is this the one? You know what I mean? For sure. All right. So let's see. For time's sake, 130. Run through 17 more. All right. So and
I'll read some.
you got it. You said that 22, so 20 years started 22. Wow. See you there.
Just the 21 right here, right? Yeah, 21 right here.
22 starts with Y, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Genesis 24 and verse 22. Wayahaya ka'a shara kawa hadamar yam lashawa ta waya crock yash nazam zahad ba'ai Bakwai, Masha Kwawa, Washanya, Tazamayad, Yam, Al, Yad, Yah, Aishara, Zahab, Mashaqua Lam, Wayamar, Bath, Maya, Ata, Hagayadya, Na, you see, Na'a, Na, Na'a, Na, nothing that's not Na, Laya, you see, Hayash, Bayas, Abayak, Makwayam, Makwawam, Lanawa, Lalayan, Amar, Al-Yawa, Bath, Bata Wa'al, Nakia, Bun, Malaka, Ashara, Yalada, Lanakawar, Wata Amar, Al-Yawa, Dam, Taban, Dam, Masaqua, Masapawa, Ra, Imanwa, Dam, Makwawam, Lalawam, Wayaquad, Ha'ayash, Wayashata, Wayashata, Wayashatakwa, Laya, Wayamar, Barawak, Wahawa, Ala Aya, Adanya, Abaram, Abaraham, Ashara, Laka, La'a, Izar, Izar, Kasadwa, Matwa, Ma'aim, Adanya, Anakia, Badarak, Nakanya, Yahawa, Bayath, Akya, Adanya, Watawataza, what a God, Labayas, Ama, Kada, Baryam, Baryam, Ha'alha, Wala, Kwa, Ak, Washamwa, Laban, Wayarataza, Laban, Al, Hayayash, Hakawataza, Al, Ha'ayan, Wayahaya, As, Hanazam, Wa'ath, Hataza, Madyam, Al, Yadwa, Yadya, Anakwa, Wakasha, Maiwa, As, Jabaria, Rabakwa, Kafwa, La'amar, Ka, Dabar, Alya, Ha'ayash, Waya, Ba'a, Al, Ha'ayam, Ha'ayash, Wahana, Imad, Al, Hadamoyam, Al, Ha'ayan,
Yeah, you know, do 29. No sweat though. All right. Start at 21. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 20, verse 4, verse 21. And the man wandered at their heel. His peace, to wit, whether the Lord had made his journey prosperous or not. And 22. And it came to pass, as the camels had done drinking, that the man took a gold earring of half shekel with weight, and to receipt bracelets for her hand, and for her hands, of 10 shekels weight of gold. 23, verse 23, and said, where's daughter, whose daughter are thou? Tell me, I pray thee, is there room in thy father's house for us to lodge in? 24. And she said unto him, I am the daughter of Bethlehem. Okay, the son of Milcah, which she bear unto Nahor.
Right. And so this is, like he said, it came to pass, as the camels had done drinking, he took 2 golden earrings and half a shekel weight, 2 bracelets for her hands of 10 shekels weight of gold. And he's, offering this to her. He said, whose daughter art thou? Tell me, I pray thee. Is there room in thy father's house for me to stay the night? And she said unto him, I am the daughter of Bethuel, the son of Milcah, which she bare unto Nahor. All right. So Nahor was Abraham's brother. All right. And Milcah was the woman he got with, which is another family member, and they had Bethuel, which is her father. So she's the granddaughter of Abraham's brother. All right. And keep going.
And she moved over and she said moreover unto him, we have both straw, that's right, and provender each a room to lodge in.
Right. And okay. So it's just saying we have enough, we got food, we got things available for you to sleep and be to wild, all right? Keep going.
And the man bowed down his head and worshiped the Lord. And 27. And he said, blessed be the Lord power of my master Abraham, who have not led destitute my master of his mercy and his truth. I being in the way of the Lord led me to the house of my master's brethren.
So what's going on here? Anybody understand what's going on right here? What's the significance of what just happened? One more time. He said, and he bowed down his head and worshiped Yahweh. this is Abraham's servant. He's like, man, whoever Abraham is following is real. You know what I'm saying? Most High in Christ, basically, what we would say today, well, this is before Christ. He's like, Most High, you know what I'm saying? Good night. You know what I'm saying? And he said, blessed be Yahweh, the power of my master Abraham, right, who hath not left destitute my master of his mercy and his truth. I being in the way, the Lord led me to the house of my master's brethren. What is he saying? Well, what is so significant about it, though?
He's saying that the Most High has led him to exactly what Abraham asked him to do. Mm-hmm. And after his long journey, because he can almost believe that it almost fell in his lap because he was, I use the word marveling at the sister. Mm-hmm. After she got him water, she's running to get camels water, you know, so he's looking at her like, man, would it be this easy? Mm-hmm. You know, so it just kind of like fell in his lap to the point where he just came and everything happened the way Abraham requested.
Right. So, right. Most High Christ, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? And even more so, it's like, you got to imagine, so let's say this is like tribal, you know what I mean? It's a tribal area. So everyone is related. Right. You know what I mean? He's coming into this area. You come into a new city, and he's thinking anybody here is Tawab because they all are the same people. You know what I mean? But so that's why he's like, man, maybe this is a woman. She gives me some water. I'm rock with her, and we can go. And then it's like even closer. You in Texas or whatever. You come into a new city. You in Dallas. And then you go and meet somebody, and they're like, I got family in California. You know anybody in Oakland? And then they say, oh, yeah, they went to school with so-and-so. What are the odds that you meet somebody that knows your sister or knows your brother, and you way over here in Texas or in Georgia? He went to the exact household of Abraham. Not just all the family, but it was a direct descendant, right? So that's why he's so, like, shocked, you know what I mean, to see that good night, that this girl really is from the same family of my master, all right? And let's see, is the last verse, or you got two more?
One more, just 28. And 28. And the damsel ran and told them of her mother's house, these things.
Right. All right. Yeah, we did read it in Hebrew 29, so we might as well just read 29.
And 29. And Rebecca, wait, you should start that now. And Rebecca had a brother, and his name was Laban. And Laban ran out unto the man, unto the well.
Right. So all of these people we know dealing with Lot, and they're all kinfolks, they all family. So they coming out to see him, and once they figure out, you know what I mean, that he's tied with Abraham and what he's here to do. So we'll get into that next time, to the story of how Rebecca and Isaac came together and birthed one of the greatest and worst damnations to hit planet Earth. And we know who that is. That's Jacob and Esau. So I'm really excited to get into these chapters coming up, because we're going to see some key players come into play into this Bible. Anybody have anything else to say before we close out the class? All right. Let's do it.
Remind you.
La Yashala.
Upon your aqueduct.
Point out for them and face the east. We'll start the prayers again. So the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Balakaka. Raba'ah. Ratazayaka. Hayah. Aisha. Baratazah. Kawa. Hayah. Bashemayim. Lathulanawa. Lakam. Cal. Yawam. Wasalak now. Kasalak now. Kawawaf Yanawa. Wala'ah. Kabayai now. Manasaya 1. Abal. Hawashai now. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Wala'ah. Wahatapara. Wa'ayawalumya.
In the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. Forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
Hack the flower. Yahweh Shai. Baruch Shai. Lathulanawa. Akak. Larapa'ah. Kalmakala. Kalmadawa. Akak. Lahar. Amatazarium. Akak. Lahatium. Akak. Al-Rukawaf. Hamata'ala. Lagarishan. Hashem Yahushai. The water aman.
In the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it.
Our Lord bless Israel. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Baruch Lanawa. Wayasharala. Wahabayat. Saparium. Barak. Rapa'ah. Magun. Hagun. Bahashem Yahushai. The water aman.
What we just said was Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai. Bless us. And Israel. And the school. Bless. Heal. Shield. Protect. The Williams family. The Hopkins family. The Fuller family. Shayan. Kalea.
The Warren family. The Price family. That's it.
The house of Tazabah. The Masons. That's it.
The house of Kamamad.
And
all of Israel.
In the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it.
All right, Psalms 121. Isha'a, Ayanya, Ahahariam, Mahayan, Yaba'a, Isariah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Asha, Shamayam, Wa'arataza, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Ragalga, Yamat, Al-Yanawam, Shamarika, Ana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasharala, Yahweh, Shamarika, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyaka, Yamawam, Hashamash, La'a, Yakaka, Wayarat, Walayala, Yahweh, Shamarika, Wakalrai, Yashamar, Afnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'ashka, Wabawa'ashka, Wa'ai Awalam.
All right. In the English. I will lift up mine eyes. Unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out, and thy coming in, from this time forth, and even forevermore.
All right, Psalm 83. Alahayim, Al-Damayel Laka, Al-Takarash, Wa'al Tashakwat, Al-Kayahana, Al-Yabjaka, Yahama, Yawam, Ra'ash, Al-Amaka, Ya'ara Yamawa, Sawada, Wayata, Ya'aitazawa, Al-Tazapon one Yaka, Al-Marwa, Lakawa, Wanakakidam, Bagalia, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham Yasharala, Iwada, Kaya, Na'aitazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Al-Yaka, Barya, Yakaraswa, Alahaya, Adawam, Wayashamai, Alayam, Mawa'aba, Wahagariam, Gabal, I'm a one. It's like it. I'm a one. I'm a lot. Palashat. I'm Yeshabia. Tazawar. Namasha war. Nalawa. Ma'aim. Ayawa. Zora'ai. Labunya Lawat. Salah. Ashalaham. Kamadian. Kasaya Sara'ah. Kayabian, Wanakal, Kwayash one, Nashamadwa, Bayatan Dara'a, Hayawa, Daman, La'adama, Shayatamwa, Nadaya Mawa, Kawara, Waka Azaba, Waka Zabak, Waka Tazal, Mana'ai, Kal Nasakaya Kamwa, Kal Nasakai Kamwa, Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Nayash Ra'ash, Salaka, Naya Ra'at, no, Naya Rasha,
Naya Rasha,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
At, Na'awat,
Na'awat,
Alahaya,
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 Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Kagalgula,
Kagalgula,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Laponya Raka,
Laponya Raka,
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash,
Taba Ira Ira,
Ira,
Wakal Haba,
Wakal Haba,
Wakal Lahaba,
Wakal Lahaba,
Salahat,
Salahat,
Ariyam,
Ariyam,
Kun,
Gun,
Daradama,
Daradama,
Masa Irika,
Masa Irika,
Wawasa Wapaska,
Wawasa Wapaka,
Sabalaham,
Sabalaham,
Mala'a,
Mala'a,
Kwanyaham,
Kwanyaham,
Kwalawam,
Kwalawam,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Wayabahawa,
Wayabahawa,
Ayai,
Ayai,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayadaiwa,
Wayadaiwa,
Kaya Asa,
Kaya Asa,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Labatka,
Labatka,
Al Yawam,
Al Yawam,
Al Kaha Arataza.
Al Kaha Arataza.
All right. In the English. Keep not thou silence.
Keep not thy silence.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee,
and they that hate thee,
have lifted up their head.
Have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
Against thy people.
And consulted against.
And consulted against
thy hidden one.
Thy hidden one.
They have said.
They have said.
Come.
Come.
And let us cut them off.
And let us cut them off.
From being a nation.
From being a nation.
That the name of Israel.
That the name of Israel.
May be no more.
May be no more.
In remembrance.
In remembrance.
For they are consulted together.
For they are consulted together.
With one consent.
With one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
And the Hagarenes.
And the Hagarenes.
Gabal.
And
Ammon.
And Ammon.
And Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines.
The Philistines.
The inhabitants of Tyre.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher also is joined with them.
Asher also has joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them.
Do unto them.
As unto the Midianites.
As unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kison.
At the brook of Kison.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Horeb.
Make their nobles like Horeb.
And like Zeir.
Like Zeir.
Yea, all their princes as the block.
All their princes as the block.
And as Hamuna.
And as Hamuna.
Who said, let us take to ourselves.
Let us take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh.
The houses of Yahweh.
In possession.
In possession.
Oh my power.
Oh my power.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
And as the flame sets the mountains on fire.
As the flame sets the mountains on fire.
So persecute them.
So persecute them.
With thy tempest.
With thy tempest.
And make them afraid.
And make them afraid.
With thy storm.
With thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
Oh Yahweh.
Oh Yahweh.
Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
And troubled.
And troubled.
Forever.
Forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And perish.
And perish.
That men may know.
That men may know.
That thou.
That thou.
Whose name alone.
Whose name alone.
Is Yahweh.
Is Yahweh.
Art the most high.
Art the most high.
Over all the earth.
Over all the earth.
All right, Psalm, which means turn. Men of Israel will give one curse salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amazim Shabbat, Amazim, Hurrah. Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatah.
Yeshua, yeah. Yeah, I'll go. We're going to give one curse salute to the sisters out there. Men of Israel, Amazim Shabbat, Amazim, Barak, Yahweh Shema, Hashem Yahshua. Class dismissed.